Hello everybody, welcome back once again. Got another quick Octopath Traveler 2 video for you here. This time we're starting out in the Curious Nest and just about to do the Tyrannodrake. This guy is really interesting. There's kind of one thing that you need to know with this guy, and that's that basically every time you attack him with a weapon type, he will then remove that weapon from his vulnerability list. And that basically will repeat until you're down to one last weapon type, which is again kind of cool because it means that you can, if you do it correctly, you can end up with a weapon type that's really favorable to you. As far as my setup here, I probably could have done it a little bit better, but I decided to go with the axe. And so, basically, I hit him with an arrow attack, a staff attack. I just now hit him with a sword attack, and just there with the dagger. So now he's left with just the axe, and obviously I've actually got him already broken as well here. But it's a really interesting fight in how it works. Also, in order to, or kind of one of the things that you'll also want to do is maybe even use a little bit of BP to try to go for multiple hits. Like, if you only have one character with, I don't know, a dagger or something like that, and as long as he's still vulnerable to that dagger attack, you could, boost up your character with BP and hit multiple times so that, you can shred more shields with that specific ability. Although, being that I have Hikari as Arms Master here, I could have used the Arms Master's dagger skill to, hit multiple times. Had I, if I would have brought the Fatal Fang ability, that's another multi-hit with the dagger. But yeah, just a lot of different things that you can do as long as, you kind of do it right. But then I think the most important thing to know is that you'll really want to end up with something that you can take advantage of here. And so, I've got Oswald as an apothecary. I also have Particio as an apothecary. And mostly here I wanted to stack up poison and then hit him with the weakness to poison. That's kind of one of the ways to get around the lack of vulnerabilities, right? It's kind of like making your own vulnerability, I guess I would say, with that, weakness to poison. So another just a really good way to shred shields, right? So he's going to take, or every time he takes poison damage, as long as that buff is on, it will, not only deal the damage, but it'll also break his shields as well. So again, very, very interesting way to kind of deal with maybe a lack or a gap in maybe your kind of like weapon coverage. But yeah, so very interesting. Also, so I think maybe after he recovers from it, maybe this stagger or break, I should say stagger. That's funny. I'm getting my games confused here, but I think after he recovers from this break, he'll change his vulnerabilities again. And the next one is really an interesting set because he's going to remove. Or I should say, he temporarily he'll be weak to, I think it's wind, light, and darkness. And I actually didn't really want to leave those as his vulnerabilities, so I used Hikari's Compound Formula ability, which yes, will end up shredding those shields, but also he will then remove those from his vulnerabilities. And again, I don't have a good way to take advantage of those, right? And I certainly didn't want to end up with, right after this mutation ability. So I think what he did there was add, I think that is wind, light, and dark. I think anyway. So we'll see here how this actually ends up playing out, but. Again, and unfortunately here, I just didn't have that much. Well, I don't know. I have a fair amount of BP here where I may have been able to, get him broken beforehand. But it's really, and just looking at this again, it would have been really nice to have Fatal Fang on Hikari, right? And just be able to shred a ton of shields using that dagger ability. But there again, I did use the compound formula, which again is, gosh, is that actually, that might be fire. I think it's fire, light, and dark. And so it did remove the fire and, or, I'm sorry, it did remove the light and darkness from his vulnerability list, which now again he's back down to, or he's down to spear, dagger, axe right now. And now really all I need to do is make sure to hit him one more time with the dagger. Now, if you notice here, that, I think it's like Rotting Breath or something like that is the attack that he just did, and that's pretty brutal. You don't really want to get hit by that, though, you know, I don't know, it basically it reduces your, you know, maximum HP for the remainder of the battle, but again, you don't really want to be getting hit by that, and I just didn't have that great of a way, I think, of shredding, you know, enough shields, right? Because if I was to break him while he was charging that, I wouldn't have been hit by it. So, you know, kind of wish I would have done that. And had I prepared better, it would have been pretty easy actually to avoid that. But and you know, a lot of different ways to do that. You know, a very charged up. And I always forget the hunter ability, right? It's the very first hunter ability. Basically, it's just an arrow attack that hits multiple times, and if you know, pump some BP into it, you can hit, you know, quite a few times and shred, you know, again, a lot of shields with that. So that would have been a good way to deal with that. Obviously, you need to do that before he removes the bow as his vulnerability, but you know, again, I think that I mean, I definitely could have done this a bit better, but yeah, just honestly, kind of glad that I did it this way though as well, because I feel like the first time that I did this battle, I just completely decimated this guy, and it, you know, it didn't really feel like I was getting that much, and I certainly didn't really appreciate the battle and kind of how it, you know, works mechanically, but yeah, anyways, so I do have him back down to, you know, just the axe attack, which now again I can take advantage of by, you know, stacking up some more poison, and you know, the poison axe itself is going to knock off a shield. Ochet does have that that one monster right now. I forget it's like the Mountain Ape 2 or something like that, and that actually, you know, will hit for 2, or will knock off 2 shields at the same time. Hikari, actually, I do believe I did have the lion, is it Lionheart's axe, something like that, and so I could have been using that as well, right? And that would actually take off 2 shields as well, because technically that ability hits twice. But yeah, we'll see here. Oh no, I didn't have it equipped though. Yeah, Lionheart's axe. I could have swore I had that on him. I mean, I know I had it at this point, but I must have not equipped it. So that was kind of silly, but. Yeah, anyways, crunch. We're getting close, though, here, too. Also, you know, not a bad idea to have Hikari having that Tricks of the Trade ability. You know, just able to, you know, kind of keep the characters low. Though, or keep them from, or have them avoiding physical attacks. I will say, though, that, you know, getting hit by that breath attack was the brutal part. And really, this would have, you know, looked probably a lot better had I not let him do that, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. So but yeah, that's it. That you can see my character levels here are like, you know, mid 50s for most characters anyway. Well, Hikari actually somehow is the lowest of my characters at this point though, which is really pretty funny. But anyways, so now we can collect all of these treasures. I think this is the Tornado Glaive, which is pretty cool. It's actually a spear that increases your wind damage. There's some kind of interesting combos with that, and wow, what is wrong with me? The dancer, Ignea. There's the Fang of Ferocity. I love that, and I used that for my my dueling build on Hikari. Raises the damage dealt by boosted attacks. That's actually a really strong accessory for Particio as well, especially if you've got full power on him, right? And you can use his latent power at the beginning of battle every single time. And then here's the Lost Tribes bow. That's a really good bow too, very, very strong. I don't remember what it's got some minus accuracy. If you want to use that though, I highly recommend using Blessing of Disguise. All of the Lost Tribe gear has like negatives or negative stats, but if you use Blessing of Disguise, it changes those into positives. And so that's a really good combo in a pretty solid axe then. But anyways, that's going to be it for this one. So as always, hope the guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.